And we're back with the Money Lead and the Jimmy Kimmel Show suspension. As we've been laying out for a couple days now, there's a very obvious money trail well worth your following. Nexstar, the biggest owner of local TV stations in the country, needs the FCC to approve their effort to buy their biggest rival, Tegna. And this week, Nexstar followed the lead of FCC Commissioner Brendan Carr, who said he wanted local TV stations to announce they were no longer going to air Kimmel, by announcing that their ABC-affiliated stations would preempt Jimmy Kimmel because they said they objected to Jimmy Kimmel's comments. With us now is former Federal Trade Commissioner Alvaro Bedoya. He was fired by the Trump administration this past March. We should just clarify that you were with the FTC, Federal Trade Commission, not the FCC, the Federal Communications Commission. But either way, some of these mergers and such would probably need FTC approval as well. There's a lot of money to be made. Nexstar has ample reason to try to endear itself to the FCC. So does Bob Iger and Disney, for that matter. What do you think is going to happen next?
So I don't know what will happen with this, but I can tell you that this is much bigger than late night. Because maybe you go to bed at 10, maybe you just don't have cable, but you do buy groceries, you do have prescription medicine, and what this president is doing is using these rules that are supposed to protect the public against mergers that are going to hurt them or raise prices, and he's using those rules to hurt his enemies and help his friends. And so it's not going to matter if grocery prices go up or drug prices go up. What's going to matter is who's given how much to the president and his friends. Because
just to reiterate for people, the more companies there are, the more competition there is, and that keeps theoretically prices as low as possible, unless there's antitrust violations going on. And you posted on social media that you think that this is broader than censorship, broader than late night. 50 media companies controlling 90% of the market, down to 5 companies controlling 90% of the market. Tell us.
It used to be 40 years ago, 50 companies were around controlling that market. If you censor company number 50, good luck with the other 49. Right? But now we have a situation where there are just 5 media conglomerates controlling 90% of the market, and the president can literally hold out his hand and say, we got Colbert, Kimmel's next, and now it's Fallon and Myers, right? So people need to understand that this has been years in the making, and that consolidation not only is bad for free speech, when a couple people control what we watch on television, it also paves the way for this kind of censorship and overreach.
And we should note that when you say Fallon and Myers are next, the late night comedians on NBC, you're quoting him. He said
yes.
That. Yeah. But beyond
exactly
that,
right.
I think one of the things that people might need to understand, why Colbert first, why Kimmel next?
Right.
There are opportunities to squeeze these companies because of mergers that happened with Colbert.
That's right.
It's happening now with Kimmel and Disney and Nexstar. The reason it hasn't happened to the NBC guys is because their parent company isn't trying to merge with anybody right now.
That's right. So Richard Nixon actually did this, and there are actually tapes where he's saying, don't mess with my guys when it comes to their merger. We are now seeing that on steroids. And so what used to be a process that was supposed to protect the American consumer, make sure people had choices with respect to their media, with respect to their grocery stores, has basically been hijacked to advance this president's agenda. And the one thing I will say is that this is years in the making, and Republicans and Democrats have created a legal system that kept on letting these companies get bigger. The Telecommunications Act in 1996 paved the way for each of these companies to gobble each other up more and more.
Yeah, and that's because a lot of these telecommunications agencies gave a lot of donations to Republicans and Democrats alike. Alvaro Bedoya, thank you so much. Come back soon. Good insights. We appreciate it.